Hello and welcome to the Pup Mommy. This is a channel where I share my practical hands-on experience in what I've learned in owning, loving, and caring for dogs for close to 35 years. And I'll have to tell you, this is the last kind of video that I was expecting to make today, but I thought that I would bring you up to date on a couple of things that have happened recently with my dogs, specifically my German Shepherd, Nabucco. Moral of this story is this. Whether you're a new dog owner or you're an experienced dog owner, when you start to sense that something is not quite right with your dog, that something is off, do not hesitate and wait it out. Take your dog to the vet just to be sure. That's exactly what I decided to do today. Over the last, I want to say, 7 to 10 days, I've been noticing changes in my German Shepherd. Now, normally my German Shepherd, Nabucco, is a really great guy. He's wonderful, he's affectionate, everything a Shepherd should be, but he's never been what you would call Velcro. And over the course of the last, I want to say, week, 2 weeks at the most, he's been very clingy. So I've noticed some of these behavioral changes going on. And he just kind of poke his head and, nudge me, needs that extra, pat on the head, needs that, he sleeps underneath my desk when normally he wouldn't do something like that. Another thing I noticed about him is he was panting more. And not only because it was warm outside and maybe he chased after a ball or chased up and down the fence line with the Springer Spaniel or the Golden Doodle behind me, but he just was panting more. And I have a pretty nice air-conditioned home here. The other thing I noticed was he stopped eating. And by stopped eating, I mean that he wouldn't eat his breakfast. I changed dog foods. I put additives into his dog food, like, anything from roast beef to chicken to pork, lamb. He'd eat it. He wouldn't eat his breakfast, but he would eat his dinner. So I finally decided, there's something going on here. I'm going to take him to the vet. And if it's a wild goose chase, it's a wild goose chase. So I get to the vet, and while I'm waiting to see her, we get a wait. And the last time he was at the vet was for, I believe it was his rabies shot, and it was in late April. And he also had a wellness exam. Nothing was discovered there. He was fine. But between late April and today, he's lost over 6 pounds. And I attributed that to his not eating. Long story short, vet examines him. And then she says to me, he doesn't have a temperature, but let's, since you're here, let's do some x-rays. And I said, well, I have no problem with that. Because quite frankly, I've lost dogs to foreign objects undetected by x-rays and blood work. I didn't want to run the risk with him. So she did a chest x-ray and she did a stomach x-ray. Comes in and says, now, I would like to do a full blood panel on him. She said, I saw something in the chest x-ray. I want to be sure. So I thought, okay, that's fine. That's why I'm here. Afterwards, she shows me the x-rays. And she said, I did, the stomach x-ray is fine. I see a little gas, but that's nothing to worry about. Then she showed me the chest x-ray, and she shows me something around his heart that should not be there. And she said, now this could be a few things. That's why we're running the blood work. She said it could be pneumonia. It could be mycoblastosis, which is kind of a fungal infection. And it could be a tumor. All right, so right now she sent me home with some doxycycline, told me to make sure he's rested, no chasing after the ball up and down the fence line. If you go for a walk, go for a very short walk until we know what this is. She's going to send the blood out, and she should have the results back tomorrow, and then I'll have some more news. But again, moral of the story is, if you see something, you suspect something, because one of the things about being a dog owner is we watch our dogs like we watch our children. At least I do. And when something's off and something isn't quite right, always err on the side of caution. because, one of the things I didn't want to even think about or talk about is that, if I had just let this slide and I had done absolutely nothing, because, pneumonia can be fatal. Mycoblastosis also, there's a possibility of fatality there as well. And I've lost 6 dogs in 12 years. I don't need to lose a 7th. So with that said, that's my public service announcement. And, our dogs are just very, very important. They are my passion. They are my life. And, I would be beating myself up if I had not taken him to the vet and something had happened to him. I would never have forgiven myself. So again, no matter what age your dog, Nabucco is turned 5 in July. He's been a rock. He's been solid. This is the first time something like this is happening. But again, err on the side of caution. Don't question your judgment. Get your dog to the vet if something's not quite right. And with that, I will say thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to click and subscribe. I'll follow up with another video when I know something. So again, thank you very much, and bye for now.